Hello and welcome back to Bloodborne, where we are going to be going through Old Yarnum today. And we're going front to back. It's going to be a nice, easy trip because we are super ultra over-leveled for the place. But it's a trip that we're making nonetheless. And I mean, hey, it should be enjoyable enough. Incidentally, just through this door is where I noticed my first ever scurrying beast in this game on my first run. And we're not letting it get away. Even though we had no need for what it contained. So, getting down from here is as simple as dropping down here. And then we could drop there. But what about over here? Nope. That's blocked. Okay. I only ever did Old Yarnum in my first run in my first file. I skipped it in all the others because it's optional. So, forgive me for not being as familiar with it as I am with other places. Hello. Oh yeah, these guys are easy peasy. The ones in robes do poison, but that's not going to be a huge deal for us now, is it? Ooh, and now we've got the Hunter's Torch, which is an upgrade to the torch. Why is it an upgrade? Because it's got slightly more fire attack and much better scaling. Because, you know, that's what you look for in a torch, the scaling. So, where am I to go from here? Drop down there, I believe. Let's do it. Then, can't go further that way, so I guess dropping here is the only option. And we can go this way. Can't open that, though. And then we go around over here, and then we take some stairs, and then a ladder, and then we're back up to the top. Which is where we want to be. Certainly a neat place. Definitely a lot of cool stuff to look at if looking is the type of thing you want to be doing. Oh. Alright, and here's where we dropped earlier. So all is well. I've actually never seen this place at night before. It's quite a different feel than being here in broad daylight. Ooh, and we're going to get tons of blood vials here because blood vials are things that drop here. And we'll get to one-shot everything with our hammer. I wonder how we perform against the things using our sword. Two-shot. So, hammer it is. Yeah. One must wonder who is burning these beasts at the stake if Jura is here, or was here, protecting them. He would be firing down at us with his Gatling gun by this point if we had not taken care of him. Actually, not quite by this point, but once we go a little further. Ah, I forgot about you. And then we can go around here. And find that. Okay. Yeah, we're not really going to find too much of interest here because we were meant to come here before we went to Hemwick Charnel Lane, or before we went... before we killed Vicar Amelia, that's for sure. almost one-shot them even with a miss. Do about the same with a miss as we do with our sword. That's kind of interesting. So we could drop here and get somewhere that we can't get to as early otherwise. It's a little bit of a shortcut, but it's not as large a shortcut as we'll find in a bit. And we're not going to jump off there because that is just a bad plan in general. So, Jura is firing at you with his machine gun by this point. From up there. But since we've killed him already, he isn't. But since he's firing at you and you're not spending much time out in the open, most people don't notice this ladder on their way in. They only notice it once they actually get down there. So this shortcut that's been sitting here the whole time gets completely bypassed, despite the fact that it's accessible from the very start. It's one of those neat level design tricks that From Software pulls in this game. They really did have a lot of really good ideas with the level design here. And this is where we would have dropped to from up there. And I believe dropping here lets you come up on that thing from behind instead of in front. So it's not the least helpful of all shortcuts. And these jars will explode if hit with the right stuff. One of the right things being Jura's Gatling gun. It's definitely interesting being here without the threat of Jura's gun. I've never really taken the time to explore Old Yarnum. Hello to you as well. And they've got a large friend nearby. Where is it? It's right there. Hi. Not difficult at all. And we're finally getting some blood-tinged gemstones, so we'll actually have options for our blunderbuss. Ooh, look at you going and hiding in the smoke. Pow. Pow. Oh, hello. Yeah, these guys would be a lot more intimidating if they were able to do a larger chunk of my health, but since I've got so much health, they can't really do much at all. Also, leveling up increases your base defense, so I guess that's a thing too. Excuse me, sir. Yes, I see you too. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff to look at when you're here without a Gatling gun being fired at you. Alright, now we've got you to deal with, huh? I'll stop wasting my bullets. Way to dodge into that, stupid. Alright. Now, to go say hello to those birds we saw from above. And, of course, as with everything, we say hello with our hammer. Hammers mean hello, right? So yeah, this ladder right here is the one that you don't usually notice from the other side. Yeah, we could drop down here, get ourselves some treasures, and by drop down here, I mean, like, jump to there. Or maybe it is just drop down here, but we will do neither right now. We will do something later, though. There's an item over there. Where did I miss it from? So that is the building that we went through there. Okay. So, it's the other side then? Yes. I knew he was hiding around one of these corners. Oh, also hello to you. These guys actually camouflage. Hidden path awaits ahead. Oh, yeah, kind of. These guys camouflage a whole lot better when it's darker. It's kind of interesting. So let's go up, get that item over there that we missed, and then come back down. Whoops. Or we can just come back down immediately. I mean, that works. Seems there's a bit of a clipping error around there. So, here is the way I didn't go. Fire paper. Not bad. Okay. Now... oh, if we dropped down here, that would take us to where we fought Dark Beast Parl. Of course, we'd probably also die from the fall. So I'm not about to do that. And let's use a blood vial. We haven't been getting as many as I had been hoping, but still, they exist. So now, we go here. And then from here, rather than dropping all the way down, we want to land on that little platform down there. So I think if we just do that, we actually can't do anything from here. That looks like it should be a door, doesn't it? But it isn't. But that is. And it looks like that door is our only real option. Kind of dark in here, but not so dark that we need a torch. I remember basically running around like a chicken with its head cut off the first time I was in this particular building, because as you can see, there are lots and lots of enemies. And as soon as you come in, most of them like to rush you if you're taking things slow and not approaching them quickly. And it was a bit much for me to handle when I was not super over-leveled. Of course, now, it's not a problem at all. See? No problem. What's in the box? Okay. Yay, blood vials. I would love to get more and more of those, and yeah, I'll actually use my torch now. Because we should have killed most of the things that are here. And I do enjoy being able to see a bit better. Kind of interesting how we don't cast a shadow from the torch light source. But I suppose that is just because they wanted to save on resources or something. And there's the charred hunter garb. but we are not a charred hunter. That is a charred hunter. And then we can just drop on out here again. A wonderful little detour. So, this sound we're hearing had me very intimidated when I first came here. And we could go in there, but there's a better path from up here. Because I'd rather like to explore the rafters and get the loot. What's this? Fear fall. Fall is effective. Effective indeed. But yeah, in a lower floor there's a bunch of these guys all praying to a very large thing. Ah yes, it's in here. It's actually quite horrific to look at. Yeah, it looks like we're going this way, because I don't want to just drop straight down. That would be very painful and probably lethal. And I do not often like throwing myself to my own death. So instead, I will throw myself to items. Now, we've got some options. We could drop to this little catwalk right below us, get that item over there. But I don't know whether we can... Whoop. Almost walked off the edge there. That item over there is a messenger hat and is rather difficult to reach from the lower vantage. Now, if you can actually get a jump from here, I'm pretty sure you could make it, but the timing is so strict that I'm not even going to try. We just need to hope that we can make this jump from down here, where we've certainly got the space to do it. Made it. It's just a little tougher. So, now we can go here. And that scream was the enemies noticing my presence. Have we got any other places to drop from here? Is it just all the way down? Looks like it's just all the way down, and that is not ideal. Not in the least. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, well, now we can drop from slightly lower, and maybe we can land on that. Nope, we bounced off it. That's fine. Sorry to interrupt your service. Excuse me, sirs. Did I not already apologize for interrupting your service? Stop it. Alright. There we are. We've dealt with most of the threats. Got some ritual blood. Straight from the altar, which certainly isn't going to ingratiate us with them. Because now we've interrupted their service in a more permanent fashion. I want to take a better look at that thing, but in order to do so safely, we're going to need to get rid of things like this. I don't mind slow poisoning. It's not so bad. And yeah, the meter does get longer when we have higher poison res. But yeah, this thing is basically a Is it a giant bloodletting beast? I think it might be. Yeah, it's basically a big lycanthrope that's either been skinned or is wearing the skin of something else. Not quite sure which. Either way, not pleasant. Okay. And plenty of blood here. Because why not? This is Bloodborne. Now, is there any way to get further up from inside? I don't believe there is, so we'll have to take another trip down to get that. Alright. Well, thankfully, it is easy enough to take more trips. Because we simply go over here. And then, where we went up to meet Jura before. Easy peasy. This would actually be unlocking a shortcut had we not already unlocked it. And then let's just go through the regular entrance this time. Because this ought to take us right where we need to be. So if we go over here, then are we still too low? Or are we still too high? Ah, it is below us. Okay. Good, good. So before we drop, let's just see what these folks are guarding. What, you don't want to get hammered, so you strafe? Smushed. And what have we got over here? Antidotes are nice. You know, I don't know why I never thought to try L2 with this weapon before. It actually would have been quite useful for clearing out the crowds earlier. Though the second L2 is not. And the running R1 isn't great. Running L1 is good. Or R1. Running L2 is the same as running R2. Oh, there was a path up, and I was just blind. Whoops. Oh well, let's go get that item that we haven't yet gotten. So, over here, and then we drop down once. And then we drop down again, I suppose. And then there's our item. Just a single Cold Blood Do 1, or maybe a couple. I wasn't paying attention. All I read was Cold Blood Do and 1. So, not terribly valuable, but really tells you when they expect us to be coming through here. And it was a long time ago. So, what's over this way? Birds. Alright, and then there's you. Pebbles. Oh. Unusual for a bird to give an antidote. What's with this rock? Okay. Well, where are we meant to go from here? Ah, right. We're supposed to go over to the right. Which will take us closer to where we fought Dark Beast Parl. So. Yeah, I know your game. You hide in the smoke. In hopes that people don't see you and get ambushed. But I'm too good for that. Oh, hello. It's interesting how in this run sometimes scurrying beasts just kind of chill out. I've never noticed that in my other file. Wonder if it's a bug or what. So we could go that way, get back to where we fought Parl. Which actually is quite convenient because... Oh, we missed an item hiding next to the door. Yeah, it's quite convenient because there's a lantern here, so we can use this as a checkpoint. But I'm of the opinion that just not dying is the better option. Yes, hello. You guys are not nearly as intimidating as the last time I fought a pair of you. Not nearly. There will be more of them. But that's what this part of Old Yarnum's all about. So we can go over here. But notice that there's someone clinging to that wall. They do drop down if you go grab that, I believe. Which is meant to give you this scare, like, oh, I just went and got an item, where did you come from? They came from up there. And I believe there are one or two more hiding not far. Ah, yes, right there. Forgot that it would come through the door. But hey, that's what happens sometimes. I'm gonna explore down the rest of this path, though, because I believe it's a dead end. Could be wrong on that front. Oh, thanks for making a noise and alerting me to your presence. Okay, so maybe not a dead end so much as a circuit. Oh, hello. But then this leads here. Yeah, this place was quite intimidating on my first run because I was, I was just starting out and all these enemies, especially the lycanthropes, were incredible. Oh, scurrying beast. Yeah, the lycanthropes especially were incredibly dangerous to me at my gear level at the time. So we can go in there, fight the boss of this area, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Because we've still got other exploration to do. Okay, so that's all that's up here. So let's go explore that building that the lycanthrope busted out of. Because I'm sure it's got goodies in it. In fact, I know for a fact that it's got goodies in it because I saw this. Oh, hello. Anything around here? Nope. So up we go. Anything on this landing? Nope. So up we go. How about this? This isn't even really a landing, but it's got this. Hi. Sitting there in ambush for people who only noticed the bloodstone shard. Alright, and then we can open this, thus granting us a shortcut all the way back to the beginning. Right? That's where this is? Yeah, because we go over here and then up the stairs and blammo, we're at the beginning. But let's go further up. Fire paper. Delightful. Alright, let's go kill the boss and be done with Old Yarnum. Because I'm pretty sure we've done everything there is to do here. At this point. Certainly is a neat place, but Would have been more interesting had I actually come here at an appropriate level, and with Jura still alive. But I had never actually gotten a chance to talk to Jura before, so I wanted to. So my apologies, I gave you a not as interesting viewing experience so that I could have something new to look forward to. You were temporarily saved by a tree, I hope you know. I wonder when those guys would have become active and tried to kill me. Would it be upon approaching the chapel? Would that be it? Because it's certainly not for just getting next to them. But I will take the extra blood vials. Ooh, hello. And no one over here, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's face off against the bloodletting beast over there. Look at it just chilling out. Bloodletting beast, or blood-starved beast, I'm sorry. Bloodletting beast is a blood-starved beast in a chalice dungeon. It's a bit nastier. Or maybe it's something completely different, but it is a chalice dungeon boss. The blood-starved beast actually is capable of killing us. Especially if we let it. And once we get it down by about half health... Aw, we were almost in our attack animation. Getting it down by about half health makes it have a poison aura. Way to run into that pillar, sir. And the poison aura is nasty, simply because it's an aura of poison. And unless you've got plenty of antidotes, it will end up taking quite a bit of health out of it. Really? There. That was a miss, but... Yeah, there's the aura. And also, its attacks cause poison. So, really just poison galore, this fight. It says slow poisoning, but I think either we've taken multiple stacks, or this is actually acting like fast poison. But yeah, the poison is the dangerous part in this fight, mostly. I mean, the beast itself is certainly capable of causing damage, but... I mean... the poison is the constant damager. And as you can see, despite being called slow poison, it was not slow. And now it's really got the poison aura going on, so being near it gets you poisoned. But that's okay, because it's dead now. Let's get rid of this so that we don't have to keep eating through our blood vials. And then we can just head on out to the dream. But before we do, let's check behind this, because... Yep. Figured there would probably be something hidden there. And I'm just gonna have a quick look-see around this place, just in case they've hidden anything behind one of these pillars. Seems they probably haven't, but I don't want to leave without knowing for sure. Okay, so that's it. To the dream. And the doll is sleeping. Sorry, but I need to wake you up. I can get a level, and I want to get a level.
Very well. Let me stand.
Okay. I had been putting more into strength, but it looks like now I only get 2 per level, which is certainly a reduction. Right, endurance. I was getting more of that. Yeah, because I want more stamina.
Farewell. May you...
Alright, so now that we've done that, there should be some changes in Cathedral Ward. So, that's going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we see whether or not there have in fact been changes in the Cathedral Ward, and if there have, we'll check them out. And if not, well, we'll go somewhere else. See you then, friends.